Good morning to you. I'm Jeff Slakey. Happy to have in studio today, as we do weekly, talk with Lynn Longan from the Mason County Economic Development Council. We've also got today Pam Volz from Worksource Mason County. Morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday indeed. We bring you on today to talk a little bit about last week's big job fair that was at the Civic Center. I came by a little after 10 and saw lots of folks over there. It looked like it was a great deal. First, how was it for the early times, specifically for the OPP folks, and then throughout the rest of the day? How was it?
It was great. Yes, yeah. The first hour, we had many of the OPP and Simpson folks there, and then, of course, since the day was open for them, the whole day, plus the other seekers, they were in, and several were in and out throughout the day. So
saw a lot of folks with resumes on hand are able to work and fill out applications there on site. About how many businesses ended up being there over the full day?
I'll defer to Pam. Wasn't it about 50?
50. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did.
It looked like it was a really good event. Saw a lot of people engaged and talking. That's got to be encouraging.
Right.
It was.
I walked through and talked to every business there and thanked them for being there. And every time I had to wait because they were in conversation with job seekers. So that was good.
That is good.
It was really good. I thought there was a really good atmosphere. And the EDC, we had a booth on entrepreneurship, and I was really surprised and pleased at how many people stopped and talked about possibly starting their own business. So works into our evil blah.
Yeah, get everybody working for themselves.
That's awesome.
I like it. No, that is
Yes, I was really pleased with the response.
So then what happens in the next couple of days here? Do people start to come back into the Worksource building and look a little bit more on these jobs, or work a little harder to get their resumes cleaned up a little after what they saw? Or how do you move forward with these kind of things?
It's a little bit of a combination. Some will come in and say, boy, I just wasn't quite prepared for that. And so they'll come in and sit down and go over the resume, because the employers are great in the fact that they give them some feedback. And so they'll come in and work on their resumes a little bit more, do some mock interviews with some of our staff. And others will come in and say, hey, I got a job, and we do a great thing up at Worksource. We'll take their picture. And we have a wall of fame.
Oh, nice.
So they're up there as hired. Some will be going through the interview process right now. I heard several of the employers say they found people at the work fair or at this job fair. So it's going to be great to hear the success stories afterwards.
And then when it comes to the EDC side of it, with the businesses, do you start hearing more about, well, now you got to tell me the next time because I just didn't get my ducks in a row or wasn't able to get there? Do you start hearing about those the next couple days after
we
these?
do a little bit. I think that you guys are helping by giving us this time on the radio to get the word out, and in our newspaper articles that we do, and people start hearing and they go, well, I missed it somehow.
Yeah.
So we do start getting those calls, and I direct them up to Pam and Worksource.
What's next for both of you, separately, and maybe the next time you guys collaborate on some things?
Well, I think we collaborate constantly. I don't think it stops. I don't think there's a stop or we don't have any big events planned right now, but we do have the expo coming up, of course, in December.
Yeah, that's right.
Pacific Mountain Workforce Development Council, which is, how do you say it? They're like the overseer of Worksource. So they're part of Worksource. They're part of that whole workforce system, and they're a big part of our expo. And there'll actually be a breakout there. And one of the things that I was talking to businesses about at the job fair last week was the expo, and giving them applications and saying, we really hope to see you there.
Yeah, the expo's coming up on Thursday, December 8th. It's at the Little Creek Casino. RegionalInnovationExpo.com is the website where you can get a little more information on this. And it is coming up. And the last couple years, it was down at the Great Wolf Lodge, and very busy, as you were saying.
We get about 400 people usually, attendees that come. And then I'm not sure how many exhibitioners, how many booths they have. But we have a lot of room at the event center. So it being in a new place, we have a lot more room than we probably did at the Great Wolf Lodge. So, and I'm really hoping to get a lot of Mason County representation. As I said before, this is our chance to really show the region that we're there, we're engaged, we care about economic development, and not to discount us. And
It started here.
it started here.
Yeah.
It started here, and unfortunately, it didn't have a lot of Mason County participation. It moved to Thurston County. It's a great event. All 5 of the EDCs in the region, which is Lewis, Thurston, Pacific, Grays Harbor, and Mason, have kept this going and put this on every year. But it's really been really heavy with Thurston County, and that's why I'm really pushing. Please, let's get a really big Mason County presence this year.
Pam, does Worksource Mason County work a lot with the other surrounding counties, like in the Pac Mountain workforce?
Yes, we do. Yes, we have an integrated service delivery that we work within the work sources and the business-to-business group. We're covered within the region in all 5 counties.
Does it make it easier with similar, I'd say similar industries in between the counties to share information like that, as opposed to maybe, getting information but then having some Eastern Washingtons? But that is not going to help us a lot here on this side of the mountains. But with this area that we've got, the peninsula, this area with the Olympic Mountain and the Olympic National Forest and stuff, it helps to have that information there with you guys?
Absolutely. It's better to be a group rather than be in these silos. And so to find, instead of being in the silos, just kind of being in that so we can interconnect between all the other areas and find where we can help in those industries.
How do you guys make sure that it stays, though, in Mason County at the end of the day?
That what stays in Mason County?
The jobs, any new jobs coming in?
I think that we don't. We don't look at those county lines as much as others do. We draw from each other's workforce, and we're a little unique in that way that we've accepted it, embraced it, and we work hard to make sure that we can do that. And there would be some people that would say, well, you have to Mason County first. I realize at the end of the day that Mason County is where, my priorities are. But without the rest of that region, Mason County can't be nearly as strong.
That's true, yeah.
When you're recruiting a business, if you look at just Mason County workforce, it's not enough to attract them. We have to look at that whole regional basin, and that's the numbers that we send to that business.
You can get a lot more information about this all at the Regional Economic Forecast Innovation Expo. We're going to talk a lot about over the next month or so. It is Thursday, December 8th, and you can get more information at regionalinnovationexpo.com. Pam Volz and Lynn Longan on the air with me this morning. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Nice to talk with you both.
Thanks.